When you're long and you're bound and there's no one else around and you're so deep.
My father, William Edward Cassidy, saw 3 days of conflict in World War II and then was captured and was a prisoner of war for more than 1,400 days. Very few people endured more days than that. Before he was caught, however, and before he was shot and wounded, he stood under the largest and in fact the only large-scale parachute invasion in the history of warfare in the Battle of Crete. Once captured, he endured the horrendous cattle train journey across Europe and saw people die in front of him, those who couldn't survive the journey. As a prisoner, he escaped twice, helped others escape, and then he paid a huge price for that. After the war, Bill withdrew into himself. He really didn't want to talk about the war to his family as they were growing up. The more he heard about how the Japanese had treated the Australian prisoners of war, the more he heard about how the Germans had treated the Russians, and even worse, of course, the Jews, then the more he felt that as bad as it was for him, it was a lot worse for others. And in any case, there was a sort of a view around after the war that somehow the prisoners of war were slackers, that they'd avoided the main action. Now, while all this was happening, his wife Myra was virtually a prisoner in her own home as well, never really wanting to leave the house. And it was 50 years after the Battle of Crete that her secrets were revealed. So this book is partly about that as well. And it also, I think, reminds people that the impact of war never goes away, that it's with you forever.
I'm with you, you're with me, falling forward and resting deep. We'll go out and get some sleep.